What's up, YouTube? My name's Travis Hartwell. Got an assistant riding around here named Tanner Hartwell. He's my helper for the day. We're here at Glorious Shoemaker Performance. They do hot rods, boats, a little bit of everything. If you want to have fun, they can make you a machine that'll do it. We're working today. We're going to install a ProTouringFbody.com anti-squat bracket on the TandA Trans Am, my personal 1977 Trans Am that we autocross, road race, drag race, cruise, just a little bit of everything. It's got full interior in it. I can put the kids in it. We're going to put the anti-squat bracket in. A lot of you might know what an anti-squat bracket is. Some of you might not. An anti-squat bracket is a bracket that goes on the leaf spring, and it is what holds the front leaf spring eye into the body. Originally they came with just a regular stamped steel bracket, and a lot of people would do what's called a Herb Adams mod on the bracket. Here is a standard bracket, and I modded this a long time ago for the Herb Adams mod. What the Herb Adams mod does is you actually cut out this top section here, and then you re-drill the bracket to move the front spring eye up in the bracket. What this does, it gives you a little bit more bite out of the corners and more anti-squat. That's the technical term for it. By doing this to your stock brackets, you can't really get these brackets anymore. So if you mess it up, it's a one-shot deal. You got to find another bracket somewhere. It also, you're cutting a lot of material out of a highly stressed piece. These are prone to cracking afterwards, and you can see that kind of shoddy weld job, but I have actually welded in washers to add a little material here to keep it from cracking. But our job today is going to be replace the old junky bracket and install the ProTouringFbody.com anti-squat bracket. Now this actually mounts in there like that, but what that's doing is taking this junk bracket, beefing everything up so there's no potential crack points, re-drilling the hole so you have a stock hole and a upper hole that's going to increase your anti-squat. And it also, unbeknownst to me, I learned this, moves the spring eye inboard a little bit, which also helps your suspension geometry. All right, we're going to get to work in here, and I believe my assistant Tanner is going to start taking some bolts out, so we'll get some video of that and show you step by step how to install these brackets. All right, let's talk a little bit about anti-squat and what this bracket does. I'm not going to go into detail on this, but found out on the internet it's a common misconception that anti-squat, some people are thinking, is a way to prevent your old springs from squatting so much. Not the case. Anti-squat, what that's going to do for you, the more anti-squat you can put in this car, to a limit, it's going to, when you go to take off or leave a corner, it's going to force the back tires of that car into the ground. What most cars do when you see them leave a corner or even leave at a drag strip, you'll see that body squat way down. And that's actually bad for traction. That's not pushing the tires into the ground. That's actually pulling the body down and pulling the tires up. So anti-squat reverses that action. It'll actually leave your body level, or even in some drag cars, push the body up. And that's not actually pushing the body up. What that's doing is shoving those rear tires and that rear axle into the ground as hard as it can. And the harder you can shove those tires into the ground, the more they're going to grip on the surface and give you a launch. So that's what these brackets are actually doing for us. Not just pretty looks, not just heavy duty. They're actually giving us a little bit more traction. All right, you might have seen earlier, we are gonna do this on jack stands. I've got access to a lift, but sometimes it's not practical to get out on the lift, and this shop actually needs to do jobs that produce money, not my play race car. So we're doing it on jack stands today in the showroom, and it's a little better, easier way to show you guys how to do this, because we're using hand tools, no fancy air wrenches, nothing like that. It's a simple job. So what we've done here, just jack up the rear end, put a couple jack stands in. It's a little easier to put jack stands in a Firebird after it's got these nice subframe connectors and everything from ProTouringFBuddy.com once again. And our job today is going to be, I might have to get a light later, but taking this bracket out, dropping this spring eye down a little bit, and installing our new one.
Daddy, I might go get a flashlight.
To do this, you can go get a flashlight, buddy, thank you. To do this, we're not going to do anything fancy, and we're going to do one spring eye at a time. So don't go taking both spring eyes out and dropping the whole rear end down. It causes a lot of issues, a lot more fitment, getting everything back together and everything, just a lot of trouble you don't need to deal with. The one thing you do need to do, we'll get in here like this, take out one of your sway bar mounts. That'll give you a rear end a little bit room to move. And you're going to take, you can't see it from here, but both of your shocks loose. That'll let your rear end drop down. That way when you undo one side or the other, it'll drop down and get you clear of the body. So I'm going to have Tanner take our 3 bolts out, and I'll get a couple pictures of that here in just a second, and we'll start dropping her down. All right, here we are. We're gonna get Tanner working on our project. He's just a little guy, so that shows that anybody can do this project. I mean, he is kind of tough. I mean, guy's got tattoos. I mean, I don't have any tattoos. All right, Tanner, I need you to take this bolt, and this bolt out for me. You think you can do that? All right, get to work, little dude. All right, now that we got this down to our level, I'm gonna have to take this bolt out. You can see I already loosened it. Magic of movie here, movie magic, whatever. And I lost my helper, so I had to do it myself. So, go ahead and take this bolt out. And your bracket's gonna slide right off there. A little bit of tension, the thing's been raced and beaten. Things are a little old. There's your bracket off. All this is going to stay on here the same. And your new one should slide right on there. All right, and then we'll bolt her in there. If I hadn't put it in there backward. All right, we got our bracket bolted in, all 3 bolts tight. Gave it a nice elbow torque wrench. Tight's tight, 2 tights, 2 pieces. So she's in there. We're going to lower the car down and see how she looks. All right, TandA Trans Am's back on the ground. We've got our anti-squat brackets installed. This car, we've got a about perfect stance right now. Pretty much even front to back. On my car, you're not gonna notice a whole lot of drop in the body. I already had the stock brackets modified for the Herb Adams mod. On a stock car, you can actually see a 1/2 inch of body drop by going to that upper hole on the brackets. To alleviate that body drop, if you did not want it, everybody wants a lowered car. Why wouldn't you want a lowered car? But some people don't. If you don't want it, The ProTouringFbody.com rear links have multiple holes. You can go to lower hole. That actually improves your anti-squat even more. And it'll bring your car back up to the ride height, and you'll gain back that ½ inch that you lost by doing the front bracket. But why would you want to do that, right? All right, I'm going to call that a conclusion. The car's looking awesome. The car's back on the ground. And maybe sometime soon we'll get a decent weather and we can go test out these brackets a little bit. Thanks for watching. Follow the channel, like the video. I don't make any money off this, but I do like to know who likes the videos and what they like and what they want to see more of. So follow us. Thanks for watching.